Is it recording?
I think it is. We
I
Okay.
hope it
should.
is.
So should we start then?
Yep, let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right then.
Roll
Let's
the
start.
intro.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hydra Deconstructed. I hope you had fun the last episode, and we're back here today. And not only today, we will be here every Wednesday on this platform and every other streaming platform. You can find us here. If you have any suggestions regarding our podcast, you can feel free to contact us on our social media platforms. All right. So today we have Abhinav with us. Abhinav, say hi to our listeners.
Hey guys.
And from yesterday, we have Pablo and Rosh also here with us.
Uh,
That's Pablo and Rosh. Introduce yourself.
I'm the one of the amazing accent that no one makes fun of at all on this show.
We'll get there eventually. All right.
So funny, Rosh.
I guess we get going with it then. Huh.
let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go then.
Okay, but before we get that, before we start talking about the content of the podcast, in light of recent events, I think it's only appropriate, seeing as though we're talking about superheroes, to briefly talk about Chadwick Boseman and the impact he's had on the Marvel Universe, and to a larger extent, representing African Americans in cinema. So, before we talk about that, I just want to say rest in peace, Chadwick. I hope your family is doing well and that you will be remembered for decades to come and Wakanda forever.
That was a nice thing to say, Rosh. That was
Well done,
actually
Rosh.
nice to hear.
Well done, Raj.
It is.
Well
It
done.
is. Nice. I'm proud of you, Rosh.
Thank you.
I mean,
I can
Personally, I loved Black Panther. It was fun to watch.
Oh, the
Right.
movie,
Was,
not the
isn't it?
character. Okay,
The
yeah.
it was fun to watch, and he did a great work with it. But
Actually,
Oh yes.
the thing
But-
about Black Panther is that there's a lot of moving cogs. For example, it had who's the director again? Was it Ryan Coogler? I think the director.
Yes.
is called?
Yes, it
Like,
was
it-
Ryan
That's
Coogler.
right. That's right.
He's an amazing director. He's made Creed. He's made like I think like what was the movie he made with Michael B. Jordan before Creed? Fruitvale Station. That's it. Yeah, he made Fruitvale Station. A lot of really good movies starring black characters. He's a great director. Plus Michael B. Jordan, like I said, he's a really good actor, African American actor, and like they do touch upon like slavery, racism, colonialism stuff in Black Panther, which is heavy topics for a Disney film. And considering it's a Disney film, they actually did, respect the weight of the topics as best they could, considering it's a movie for kids.
Yes, I
No,
think you
I
have a
mean-
point.
Yeah, that's what. That's actually a really good point. Even though Black Panther was the most famous movie across the whole world. I mean, every single person loved that movie. I can't find a single person who hates that movie. I mean, even though if they hate that movie, I mean, I pity them, literally pity them, because that was an excellent movie. And you know what? I just can't talk enough about him. He's just a great actor.
The movie is in no way bad at all, but it's just the performances in that movie were extraordinarily well done. And
Exactly.
I just miss Chadwick because I don't think I will ever be able to see Black Panther the same way again. He was just phenomenal to watch.
yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I personally feel that Black Panther was a very interesting take on a Marvel movie, something we've never seen before in a
I
Marvel
mean, yeah,
movie.
that's also true. Like, you can just ask my mom for that. She loves Black Panther. I mean, she's not the typical person who loves Marvel movies, but then the moment she saw Black Panther, she just fell in love with it, and she was like so excited when Chadwick, was Black Panther and was showing off his skills and his martial arts in it. I mean, it was just phenomenal.
There's something about the entire vibe of that movie. It just brings out happiness in everyone.
I think no. I think the distinction to make here is that the movie itself, plot wise, isn't that groundbreaking, but the performances and the way they tackle certain subjects that's good. Like there are certain
Exactly.
like Civil War, for example, and Winter Soldier had better plots, and as
Yes.
movies are better than Black Panther. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm,
it's
yes.
it's just the way. For example, that scene with Killmonger it's Killmonger, right? It's Killmonger, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It
That's
is.
right.
The scene of Killmonger in that museum where like talking about like the African mask, and it's like, how do you think your ancestors got it? That gets like a visceral reaction in most theaters that that sort of movie, and for a reason, because it does touch upon like slavery and like the oppression certain people have faced that centuries ago. And for a Disney movie to tackle that, that's kind of ballsy, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to do, and I think the
And
movie
honestly,
really
yeah.
deserved.
That's right.
The movie really deserved its $1 billion, honestly.
It is. And coming back to Killmonger, actually, they actually, if you guys do read the comics, Killmonger had a pet jaguar. Okay, and then it wasn't the normal Black Panther, right? I mean, Black Panther is actually just a black version of a jaguar, to be exact. So,
Black version of a leopard.
a jaguar.
It's Jaguar, okay.
Yeah, so Killmonger had a pet jaguar in the comics, and the point that they did in the movie was they made a black and gold suit, which was actually, which some people do say that it's kind of related to the fact that he had a pet jaguar in the comics, that they can't literally show that in the movie because that wouldn't make sense in the first place.
So
But
you
then
mean that the
the
suit was a
attention to
reference?
detail- the suit was a reference, and the attention to detail was really, really good.
Also, it kind of reminds me of Falcon, because in the comics he had a pet falcon, a bird, but then in the movies it's just a drone. That happens to be called
Red Wing. It's called Red Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those subtle attention to details, even though they couldn't add exactly everything from comics into the MCU, is actually really good. I mean, even though it's not just that they, not just Falcon and and not just Black Panther as well. There were many other movies such as Iron Man is bleeding edge suit. I mean, technically, what happens is that the bleeding edge suit comes out from his skin, but then it would just look gorish and all that. I mean, kids wouldn't even like to see that, right? So
Yeah, that would be too harsh for the
that'd be
audience.
too hard. Then-
Also, Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't allow that to happen. He'd be like, nope.
True.
So yeah, those literal small details to attention. I mean, that is like, I love MCU for that. The main reason I like MCU is just because of that.
Well,
I mean-
Yes, I think we can all agree.
The
Another
way they
thing is that-
bridged between the comics and to put it out on the big screen, it was a big gamble which they took, but
And it
It's
paid
a
off
high-
in the end.
no,
yeah,
the reason
it's a
paid off
high risk, high reward situation.
is because they had Kevin Feige, who was both experienced as a filmmaker and experienced in comic book movies. Because there's a little story about Kevin Feige, who runs the Marvel like studios now. It's like, well, he was involved in the original X-Men movies that came out in 2000 with Hugh Jackman and stuff like
That's
that.
right. Yeah,
And,
that's
like,
right. Yeah.
he's the one who made Hugh Jackman's hairstyle look like Wolverine's in the costume, because everyone else didn't care about that, even the director. But he was the one who did Hugh Jackman's hair, or at least told someone to do it to make it look more comic booky, just because he knew comic book fans would like notice that, because he's a comic book fan himself. That's one of the reasons why.
And you know what's
Why
funny?
can't
You know what's
Spider-Man
funny?
so well?
You know what's funny? Wolverine was actually supposed to be short and much more bulky. I mean, literally really bulky and short. But then in the movies, it's completely opposite. I mean, he's tall, he is muscular, but then not as bulky as the comics. But then it still suits for the character on screen.
But I have one question though. Speaking of Wolverine, who Hugh Jackman plays it perfectly, I can't imagine anyone else other than Chadwick playing Black Panther, playing T'Challa. So how are they going to
Yes,
continue
totally.
Black Panther 2? Because I don't know
I
if
mean-
they finished filming or not. Because
I mean, they
There's
didn't
no way.
exactly finish rolling. I mean, they didn't start, I guess. But then it's really hard to replace Chadwick right now, because I can't think of anyone who could do a better role than him. But then-
I mean, with their current predicament, the only choice they have is change the storyline a bit.
I mean, changing the storyline is actually not a good option right now, because the storyline in Black Panther 2 is really, really good, because it is going to show you two kings, the king of Wakanda and King of the Seas, Namor.
Is that a spoiler alert?
Really?
Yeah, it's a spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm sorry, audiences. It's a spoiler. So, spoiler alert. If you wanna, really, we're probably going to go deep into Black
But then
Panther
I
2,
guess that
perhaps.
is not the exact spoiler alert because most of them know it. The biggest spoiler alert would be that the villain is
Hold on.
Doom.
Just it. Spoiler alert. Skip if you don't want to hear this.
Even
Now
though you've
go
already
ahead.
heard it. Even though you've already heard it, and you know the spoilers because Rahul
I did say spoiler alert and gave a pause. So
you
yeah,
gave a
it's your
2
fault.
millisecond pause. That's not
Spoiler
that's not
alert.
enough.
Now go on.
So yeah, Doctor Doom is the villain for Black Panther 2.
Is it confirmed?
Wow.
Is it
I
confirmed?
mean, for now it is. I don't know what they're going to do right.
Wouldn't that be 3 kings then? There should have been T'Challa. There's Namor, and then there's bloody Doctor Doom. That's 3 kings.
Exactly.
It is.
I mean, Doctor Doom is not exactly a king, but then
He's the king of Latveria.
I mean, he's not that great of a king compared to these two
He's still a
awesome
king.
guys. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't still call him, but okay, let's not argue to that point. But
I mean,
so, okay,
they call him Doctor Doom, not King
Yeah.
Doom.
Doctor
exactly.
Doom sounds cooler than King Doom. King Doom sounds like some sort of villain that I would make when I was 5 years old.
No,
And-
King Doom sounds like a Richie Rich character. You know,
It does, isn't it?
it sounds exactly like a Richie Rich character.
Or like Inspector Gadget, like, I'll get you next time, Gadget.
And since we're on the topic of MCU, I cannot wait for Black Widow.
I can.
Oh, yeah.
I-
Yes, yes.
It's boring.
Dude, what the heck, man? Black
It's not
Widow.
boring.
How
No. I'm sorry. Look, Black Widow and Hawkeye and a bunch of other characters in the MCU, they're great as side characters. I would not want to watch a movie about them. They're not interesting
Dude,
enough
they
as
are,
characters.
spoiler alert again. Spoiler alert. I'm mentioning it right now.
Oh god.
Do you know what happens in Budapest? I mean, every single movie where Hawkeye and Black Widow are right there, they always talk about Budapest.
I don't
What
want to
goes
know.
on?
You
What
don't
goes
have to
on?
know. What goes
I-
on in your head? It's a lot scary. Not scary.
No,
a lot more
What
interesting.
goes on in your head, Rosh?
Well,
What
I mean-
goes on in
I mean,
your
I
head?
I mean, for the
imagine many
people
things.
who listened to our podcast before the pilot one, you know how old Rosh is. So he can't. He's not a typical guy who wants to move on. He just wants to stay in the same place.
I truly question your taste, Rosh. It is something to be reckoned with, and I truly question it. How would you not want to say Black Widow? Like how?
And
I'll
the
give you an
trailer wasn't
example.
bad
I'll give you
either.
an example.
Wait, Rosh.
No,
I
no,
guess
no, the
this Rosh. I guess this is going to change your mind. I'm going to say
Maybe.
just one name, and this may change your mind.
Taskmaster. I know. Taskmaster.
Nope. Robert Downey Jr.
Meh.
Robert
What?
Downey Jr. That's supposed to change your mind.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It
Okay,
surely did.
just to put it out there, it's also shockingly alarming how many spoilers Pablo knows.
Yes, isn't it? There's no point in watching the movie if you know these many spoilers.
Not
man.
really.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's all about the experience.
Oh
I
no,
mean-
Empire Strikes Back still good, even though we all know that Vader's Luke's father. Spoilers for a 14-year-old movie.
I mean, spoilers for our future. Future listeners,
yeah.
future generation kids who still haven't seen Star Wars yet.
Oops.
Darth
You know, I think
Vader. Darth Vader is Luke's father. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Let me
So
put it
yeah,
this way.
Robert
Let me
Downey
put it this
Jr.
way.
in
Shush,
Black Widow
shush.
is a really good thing.
I'm talking here. Shush, let me speak.
Go on. Go
No,
on.
here's the thing. Let's compare these two female characters from two different universes: Wonder Woman and Black Panther, Black Widow.
I don't
I mean-
think that's a fair comparison.
That's not.
I
That's
think
not
I think
at all.
I think you would compare
is.
Black Widow to Harley Quinn.
Yes,
okay,
I mean,
fine,
yeah,
fine.
that's
I'll-
much
that
more.
kind
better.
of
I'll do
works.
that. I'll do it.
That kind of works.
Okay. Look, here's the thing about Harley Quinn. Both as a character in the comics and as a character on screen. On screen, Margot Robbie has much more of an intense screen presence as Harley Quinn. Even though Suicide Squad was a crap movie in my opinion, she.
I
was
think
really
I'll
good in
agree.
the role.
Yes, we can all agree to that.
But Black Widow, even in the comics, is much better as a side character. For example, she's in Captain America comics and Daredevil comics and stuff. She's good as a side character, but in her own stories, she's kind of just this boring, generic assassin character, which is not her fault, just the way she was written. So,
But I think
Nah.
Scarlett Johansson is taking this role quite seriously, just
She
as
does-
how
she
Margot
does,
Robbie
but-
did.
she does a good job of what she's given, but I don't see her as anything other than a really good side character. Same as Hawkeye. Same as
I mean,
like,
I wouldn't exactly say that, dude. I mean, Black Widow is not a person who wants to be focused on. I mean, she's best at what she does, but then whereas Harley Quinn, she wants all the attention.
yeah,
like-
but they're different.
It's not just that. I think Marvel knows that they really want to compete with DC when it comes to Wonder Woman, because we all know that the first Wonder Woman film was a huge success.
I mean,
And I think
it was a
Oh,
slow
and-
success. I would say
and
it was
Gal
a slow
Gadot.
success.
Gal
wouldn't be-
Gadot-
I mean,
Sorry.
Wonder Woman isn't exactly a success. I would say it's a slow success. I mean, the
No, but
more
remember
Yeah.
at the time that both BVS and Man of Steel were Justice League hadn't come out, but both BVS and Man of Steel and Suicide Squad tainted the reputation of the DC expanded
Yeah.
universe. And Wonder,
they
Woman,
did.
Wonder Woman was the first good movie everyone liked, even though
I mean,
the last
that-
act ruined it.
that
kind
and
of, in my
Aquaman.
opinion.
I mean, I guess people did like Aquaman, but then to be honest, the acting was like, let's just say let's just say this. Acting was like a guy who just came out from an acting school, but then the script is like a toddler who wrote the script. I hate the script.
In what?
In
Aquaman or Wonder
Aquaman,
Woman?
in Aquaman.
Oh, I agree. No, in my
Aquaman
opinion,
was
no,
a joke.
I'll be
Aquaman was a
honest.
joke.
I'll
I
be
mean,
honest.
Yeah, it's the only
Um,
movie which was bright.
Yeah,
I
true, true.
mean,
All
Yes,
the other
I-
movies were like dark. I mean,
I can't deny that. I'm a DC fan.
CGI was good. The CGI was pretty good in Aquaman, from what I remember.
Yeah,
It was.
that was good.
I really love the CGI.
No, but
And,
the thing is though, Aquaman. I wasn't a big fan of the Black Panther movie till I watched Aquaman, because Aquaman was a shittier version of Black Panther. He's meant to be a king. He fights a dude. He loses. He gets a new weapon, and then he fights the dude again. You know.
I mean, I can see the parallel you're trying to draw. Yeah.
Yeah. Like so.
I can see that.
Watching Aquaman made me realize that Black Panther did a lot of things right.
Yes,
Also,
I think the
point to
script
be
for
mentioned.
Aquaman.
I still
yeah.
haven't watched Wonder Woman.
get out.
You
get
should
out,
actually. I
Get
think
out.
you should.
Get out. Get out.
It's a really
Man.
good film, and of course, the movie surprised me. I wasn't really having high expectations, despite being a DC fan, because Batman vs Superman was a horrific failure. It made me really want to kill myself.
Yeah. So,
But-
The last two DC movies I saw were Aquaman and Batman vs Superman. So after that, I just gave up. I didn't even turn my head
You know,
when
actually-
Wonder
No,
Woman
do you
came
guys
out.
remember? Do you guys remember Aquaman and Spider-Man Into the Multiverse released almost at the same time, right?
Oh yeah.
I actually made a gamble. I mean, what should I watch? This or that? MCU.
Please
I mean,
tell me.
Marvel, DC, Marvel,
Please
DC,
tell me
Marvel,
you chose
DC.
Spider Verse. Please tell me you chose Spider Verse.
Yeah.
Thank God, I chose Marvel.
Oh, thank
I-
God.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is just amazing, and then the fact that they're going to make a second part to it is, really exciting as well.
In my opinion, Into the Spider Verse is one of the best animated films in recent memory. Like
It's
up there.
it's a new type of animation as well. I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
no one actually thought of making it like that. I mean, kind of blurry-ish.
It's-
So
It's
I,
similar
I'm
to
not.
comics, like
Yeah,
old school
it's-
comic art.
It's like you take a comic and then you put 30 or 60 FPS on it on each and every single page.
Also, the characterization of Miles Morales is done really well. In the comics, I'm not a big fan of Miles. He seems like a fan fiction character, but in the movie,
yeah.
They did such a good job of making him different from Peter Parker, but having.
I mean, as an origin movie, it's really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
While we're on Spider-Man, how many of you were surprised to see his addition to the Avengers?
Pa-pa-ra-pa-pa-pa. That would be me.
I mean,
Years ago.
I'm not really a fan of the Spider-Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No, don't get me wrong. I've always liked Peter Parker as a character. I grew up with the Spider-Man animated series, like alongside Batman animated series. So I really like Spider-Man to be Peter Parker and not Iron Man Jr. Because I think Marvel tried too hard to make Spider-Man, Tony Stark his mentor, and Spider-Man is like the next Iron Man. They were trying to do something like that, and I think they did try in the second Spider-Man film, the one in which Mysterio appears. I don't quite remember.
Homecoming. No, I'm sorry, Far From Home. Far From Home. I'm sorry.
Yes, in Far From Home, they really tried to make him very independent, but I think the execution wasn't just as good for me to convince completely that he can be an individual guy.
Yeah,
because
I
in the end, he still
completely
uses
get what
Stark
you're
Tech.
saying. I completely get what you're saying, but no offense to Tom Holland, but the
He's
new
a fantastic performer.
he's a fantastic performer, but the new age Spider-Man, he just reminds me of a TikTok kid.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't get this.
Oh my God.
What is wrong with Marvel? I mean, why do they decrease the age of every single character, especially for Spider-Man? I mean,
No,
the
no,
fact that
Spider-Man's
Tobey
fine.
Maguire.
Spider-Man was originally a teenager. That's fine because
I mean, that's fine. I mean,
Tobey Maguire doesn't look like a teenager. Even in the first movie, he doesn't look like a teenager.
Yeah.
and then Aunt May. I mean, what did she do to become so young?
I mean,
I don't know, but I want whatever she smoked.
I'm not complaining.
I want what she has. I want what she has.
Yeah, but
I mean-
speaking of
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, though, DC fandom did happen last week, and I think you guys have seen the Wonder Woman 84 trailer. How do you think that compares to? You haven't watched it.
Dude, we just watched it 2 minutes ago. What the hell?
If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think everyone's watched it.
mean,
And
I hope
how
so.
does how do you think how do you think that looks, and how do you think that compares to Black Widow?
I
looks
don't
better
know.
than
I wouldn't know. I didn't watch it yet.
I mean, honestly, from looking at the trailer and comparing the Wonder Woman 2 and Black Widow trailer, the CGI in Wonder Woman. I mean, who's the guy who did the CGI? Come on, man. I mean, what is that? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, what were you doing when you're making CGI?
I think Warner Brothers has to really have
Increase the
checked their
budget.
CGI team before. I think they're spending too much, but they're not really investing much in CGI because I think Marvel, the companies which they are sending these clips to, their CGI is being far
I mean,
superior
the
to
crown
what
for
DC 's
CGI
doing.
goes to Marvel any day.
Yes,
mean,
it does.
I mean, let me put it this way though. Like the thing about Wonder Woman that I think is better than Black Widow, even in the movies, is that
Yes.
Wonder Woman's supporting cast is better than Black Widow's supporting cast from what I've seen from the trailers. Because in the first
Yes, totally.
trailer, we had the Scottish dude, we had like the French guy, we had so many different people from different countries who had their own characterization and dynamic that their
Completely, I
Wonder
agree.
Woman's introduction to man's world and her innocent, idealistic view was a lot more
Yeah.
interesting to watch than anything Black Widow's done in the MCU, honestly.
I mean, everyone has their own opinion, so I don't want to talk about that.
And I think I will agree with Ross because though I really like Black Widow, I haven't read her comics, but I've seen Scarlett Johansson on screen playing Black Widow.
I see.
and-
I know what you saw.
I did not. I did see how good her performance was in Endgame.
Sure. Sure. Her
Oh.
The character
performance.
that really had some weight to it.
Sure.
Yeah. Some weight. Sure.
Wait.
Mhm.
Abhinav,
so-
okay. Talking about DC, what's your point? I mean, what do you think about the Snyder Cut?
Wait. Hold
Oh,
on.
no.
Before that.
Oh,
Before that.
Yes.
You were
Yes.
talking about Wonder Woman 84, right?
yes.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to parts 2 through 83?
I have no idea. What are they doing before? I have no idea why they switched the timeline straight from 1916 to 84. What did Wonder Woman do in between? We have no idea at all.
What the hell happened in between, dude?
I guess people just have to watch the movie to understand what's going to
I
happen.
mean, even in Batman vs Superman, they just show her photograph from 1916, and then we just assume that nothing happened in between.
I think
I have
the era in between was when she was a party freak, you know, hitting clubs, balls, you know, getting groovy.
I mean,
My God.
I mean, Wonder Woman was partying because she killed the guards. So yeah, so that's what might have happened all those years ago.
No, what I
The
have.
daughter of Zeus.
Oh, yeah, she is. No, the question I have: she works at museums and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she's immortal and doesn't age, surely she has to move between museums over the course of 100 years. So
I think she's doing that. I think she shifts from one museum to the other and then
What if
just hope the
someone-
people don't realize.
Wouldn't someone recognize her surely at some point?
She's gonna disappear like Batman all of a sudden, I guess.
Not
You're telling me Wonder Woman worked at a museum?
Well,
Yeah, she did. Yes, she did.
She knows about
So-
ancient Greek stuff, so
Yeah.
because she's
So
from-
she's basically the OG Ben Stiller then.
Oh my god!
Mind blown.
I mean,
mind
it
blown.
makes perfect sense. Now I get why there's a gap.
It's big brain time.
It's big brain time, boys.
But I
So-
think Cheetah did really look decent in Wonder Woman 84
In
trailer.
the trailer, I'm sorry. She looked
Yeah.
really.
Decent. Sure.
She
Decent,
did look
sure.
better than I expected her to be. I honestly expected it to be far worse, and I think Kristen Wiig will really hit it out of the park with her
It might be a
performance.
controversial thing to say, but I think that the CGI for Steppenwolf looked better than the CGI for Cheetah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Just talking about Steppenwolf, the Snyder cut, dude.
Oh no, no.
Yes,
no, no,
on to
no,
Snyder
no,
Cut.
no.
Yes. I think fans always believe that this cut never existed, but apparently it does. And Zack Snyder is excited, and all those people who worship Zack Snyder as the right guy for the DCU also are excited. I personally am not, because really, I think the Zack Snyder films really destroyed DC's reputation at the movies. And the reason why I was happy with Wonder Woman in 2017 was because it was the best DC film since The Dark Knight Rises, and The Dark Knight Rises was way back in 2012.
Abhinav,
and
Abhinav,
people-
can you repeat what you just said right now about some reputation about DC films?
Yes, I can completely admit that Zack Snyder really ruined DC's reputation at the movies.
Oh,
You
I
are
think
right.
I think
You are
Zack
right.
Snyder did the least.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Have you seen other DC films?
Like what?
Like what?
Exactly, you don't remember any.
No, we
No,
do. You just have to mention it.
The problem is not just DC, but many other companies try to compete with Marvel. Like you know that Tom Cruise trying to make that Mummy movie, and they try to make
Oh
it.
God, no!
Oh, God.
No. Let's
I mean,
let's just
I am a
let's
biggest-
do
I'm
everyone
I
a
was
favor
bigger
and
fan of
skip that.
But then, yeah. I mean, I'm not a biggest fan of the Mummy movie, but then anyway, leaving that aside, in the new Justice League movie,
Yes.
Snyder's cut,
Yes.
why does Steppenwolf look different?
Because
It looks like an alien xenomorph. It looks like a xenomorph, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean,
the
what's
CGI for Steppenwolf originally, so they were like, let's make him look like the armor from 4-1, the destroyer armor from 4.
I mean, for a second, I mean, when I first saw the trailer, I'm like, wait, who's this guy? I mean, why do they act? I mean, Apocalypse.
Also-
I'm sorry, Apocalypse.
Darkseid.
Right?
We have Darkseid.
Darkseid.
I think we
Darkseid
are
looks
going with
amazing. I mean,
He
Darkseid
does.
looks amazing. He looks amazing. But then you compare him with Steppenwolf, it's like worlds
No,
apart.
I think the Darkseid which we saw in the Snyder Cut trailer is the early Darkseid. He was also known as Oxus. If I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. That's the early Darkseid days. So
Okay.
that's the reason he still doesn't have the armor. And speaking of Steppenwolf though, and I think he looks far better than what we got in Joss Whedon's cut. That was
Actually-
terrible, man. You can't really
And
deny that.
that is true. But then it's taking me some time to digest that this guy
It seems new. It seems
Yeah,
foreign.
that's what I mean. He looks like Ross said. He looks like a xenomorph.
Rosh has got a
Yes.
point there, dude. I mean, have you seen
Yes,
it?
he does.
Have you seen that
Yes.
face?
He's too. Yeah, Rosh, go on.
Problem, I mean, the thing with the Snyder cut is that we're still using the Snyder characters. We're still using the Snyder Superman, who's a mass murderer, who 9/11
Exactly.
Yeah.
like not or what's it called? Metropolis. It's like we're still using a Batman who kills people. It's like it's not the same characters.
It's not at all. So
If,
I
I,
think
if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
is this true that no, it was never mentioned in the movie, the Justice League movie, that the name Flash had never occurred in the entire movie.
yes,
Yeah, no,
I think we have never really mentioned the name. Barry Allen wasn't referred to as the Flash ever in the Whedon cut.
In the TV series, Grant Gustin's Flash from the CW universe met Ezra Miller's Flash, and he was like, "Oh, you're the Flash too." And Ezra Miller's like, "I'm the what? That's a cool name."
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, yeah,
isn't it?
that was a good scene. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's one thing they got right in DC.
Yes, they did. I think they look promising with
Yeah.
its upcoming things. Have
Do
you guys
any-
seen the? Yeah, go on.
Do any of you guys actually watch the CW shows? I used to, then I stopped when I was a kid. The CW shows like Arrow, Flash, Supergirl.
No.
I think they are good soap operas, but they're not really quality TV shows in my
Because
opinion.
I think things like Daredevil and The Boys are a lot better. I'll admit, without Arrow, we wouldn't have Daredevil. Without Daredevil and Jessica Jones, we wouldn't have The Boys. But those two shows are much better than Arrow and The Flash, in my opinion. But that's just me.
I think-
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yes. I think Arrow laid the foundation for shows like Daredevil, and I'm glad that Marvel made a show like Daredevil in the first place, because what a show that was.
It's a-
People really say that DC is all about the comics and the TV shows, but even in the TV shows, you look at Daredevil and you think this is probably the best comic book TV show, probably.
I'm a good
Uh,
comparison for
so
the
far.
other series to compete with.
Yes, it is. I no, don't get me wrong. The Flash and Arrow are still really good shows. They're good soap operas, the typical CW shows. And I think the first season of Flash was extremely good.
The
But
first season was amazing.
Reverse Flash and everything. But I think they could have done it better, and I hope DC does it better with its future shows.
Yeah,
I hope so.
too.
Speaking of course, we are in the DC conversation. Have you guys seen the Suicide Squad versus Justice League game trailer?
I'm
I
looking forward to that a bit. I am looking forward to that because
I mean, it's really surprising, and I mean that they are making a game based on that. I mean, Harley Quinn. Then there's
King Shark, King Shark,
King
Captain
Shark.
Boomerang.
Captain Boomer. Deadshot, I guess, right? Deadshot is also
Yes,
there. in that
he
movie.
is Deadshot. He
I
is
mean,
Deadshot.
favorite character,
yeah.
my favorite character in the entire trailer was Captain Boomerang. They're like, who are we fighting? And they look at Superman. It's like, oh shit.
I mean, that was a complete twist. I did not expect that.
Wow.
Am I the only one who's sick and tired of seeing evil Superman? We saw him in Injustice. We saw him in the BVS flashbacks as evil. Like, can we get a normal, nice Superman now, please?
Yes, I think we will be getting that in the Snyder Cut. But I'm still not optimistic, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna burn Steppenwolf's head or something.
Probably.
It's Zack Snyder. He's gonna kill people and then say that he did not intend those people to kill.
That reminds me though. Didn't they make an Avengers game a few weeks ago, or was it the beta or something like that?
I have two
think they
sentences.
did.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
two
the-
sentences for that movie.
The
I have
Avengers
two sentences
beta
for that game.
dropped a few days ago.
Yeah, I have two sentences for that game. One, the storyline is really, really good. I love the storyline of the game. Two, the graphics, I mean, the overall gameplay is shit.
Oh god, I wasn't expecting this from you. Well, that's surprising.
I hate the gameplay. I literally hate it. I mean, what were they doing? When I first saw that they're going to make the Avengers game, I was like, really good. But then when I saw the first look of it, I mean, of each and every single characters, I was like, did they take the MCU doubles for the game?
Oh,
I
you
mean,
mean,
you know what I mean, right?
Wow.
I mean,
Yes,
they-
yes, I
yeah.
get it.
I think
Pablo's-
another problem is that
Pablo's
think
got a
another-
point there. You know,
I mean,
you
Yes,
would.
yes.
what is it? Yeah, that's what. I mean, what are they doing with the doubles? I mean,
Another problem is that unlike say the Arkham games or Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game, those are tailor made for one character, to
exactly.
use their powers, to use their gadgets, whatever. But with Avengers, Iron Man, like Miss Marvel, Captain America, Hulk, they have different powers, so you can't make one unified level or world for all those power sets because the gameplay is completely different, and that's
We can't.
impossible to balance.
I
With a
mean, yeah,
multiplayer.
that is just. I mean, they could have
That's
just
why.
stuck. I mean, they could have made an Iron Man game which would make. I mean, which would be better, I guess. I guess, but then bringing all the Avengers characters into one game is kind of
I
I mean,
think
they could work upon it. I guess. Again, they can work upon it, or maybe take a break, go back on what mistakes they made, and then relaunch the game again. Because I do not I mean I do not I mean I disagree about the point where some people may say that the gameplay is good, but then the whoever does agree, I mean whoever does disagree with me with the gameplay, either they just started gaming, or they have never gamed before. I mean they
DC
exactly. I
fanboys.
mean they're not fanboys. They're not fans of the Marvel stuff and all.
I mean, let's
No,
face
it's
it.
just
Let's
that
face it. If you would probably enjoy yourself more playing Fall Guys, and that game is just based on not falling.
That's
And
true.
I mean, the ideal thing is that they made a simple game which everyone loved.
Yeah,
But Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. Fall Guys is I mean, it's a simple game. I mean, the overall I mean, the rules of how you play it is really good. But then in Avengers, it's not. I mean, they made it too complicated. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, that's what I don't like about it.
I think what they can do with the Avengers game is that it would be interesting for us to compare it with the upcoming Suicide Squad versus Justice League game. The reason why I'm saying that is because the studio which made the Arkham games are the same guys who are responsible for the coming Suicide Squad game. So, and as you've seen, as you've seen the trailer, as if Rocksteady Games, of course, yes, you're right, Rosh.
Yeah,
So as
that's
you've
gonna
seen
be
the
good.
trailer, it is. There are 4 characters, and then these 4 characters might be up against not just Superman, but it includes the other Justice League members as well. So that means Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, everyone else. So it would be interesting how the game mechanics work, and I'm really excited for it for Suicide Squad. So
I mean, yeah, that's
that's
actually a
when
good
the
game.
game. It is when the game comes out, we will be able to compare the gameplay
In a
and what the
nutshell,
Avengers.
yeah, in a nutshell, Avengers game, RTX was off, and in the Suicide Squad game, the RTX was on. That's it.
No, I think they haven't showed the gameplay for. Okay, I get your meme reference.
RTX on.
RTX on, but we haven't seen proper gameplay yet. So I'm really hopeful, and hopefully Rocksteady does something about it. And I'm excited to see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So let's hope. And yes, in the fandom, we also got to see. We were in the Snyder Cut before, and Rosh did talk about Flash, the name of Flash being introduced in the TV series. And we all know that the Flashpoint movie has been confirmed by Warner Brothers. So, what do you
Yeah,
guys think?
I'm really looking forward to it.
I mean,
I want to
that's
see how
good.
it turns out.
Exactly. I mean, it's a really good platform for the DCU for rectifying all the mistakes they made.
Yes, I agree. And I think, don't you think it would be a bit similar to Apocalypse War or something? The Flashpoint,
I mean,
story?
yeah,
Or will
I
it be similar to the animated universe?
Well,
DC.
in a way, it could be quite similar to the Apocalypse War, but then it wouldn't make that much of sense introducing all those new characters right into the first, Justice League movie. I mean, that's what I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you have a
But
point.
I think, assuming the Snyder Cut's canon and hopefully it's good, it depends on what they do with the Flash. Because as we see in the trailer, the Speed Force might be a part of the DCEU now with the Flash. Because we saw like a brief moment where he's inside of this weird stripy wall-looking thing, which is probably the Speed Force. So
Yes.
depending on how they handle the Speed Force, that kind of can probably show us how the quality of like the multiverse stuff's going to be in the DCEU. Plus, they're saying like Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are coming back as Batman, so maybe there's some Batman Beyond stuff going on, which would be really cool. Who knows? That would be.
Yes, it is interesting to see what they try to do with Batman. So it's not just Michael Keaton. I have no idea if Michael Keaton is coming back, or is he coming back?
He is coming back.
You just
And
said,
he's
is he real?
and Ben Affleck is going to come back as well. So how is that going to work?
I don't want Ben Affleck to come back.
I mean,
Yes.
these two characters have always been one of the very few anchors for the DCU, which has really kept it afloat all this while.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
if
the
they
only
can
reason why
really
he's still
capitalize
alive.
on this, they can really shoot themselves back up.
Also, Michael
they
Keaton,
can.
underrated Batman. He had seen the first Batman movie recently, and he's a really good Batman. It's Bruce Wayne's kind of meh, but his Batman's really good. He's like a genuinely creepy guy. Like he's the only Batman who looks creepy while smiling. That's
Yeah,
Yes.
you've
He
got a
does
point
look
there.
menacing.
Joker
He does
tries
look
to,
menacing.
Joker threatens him. He smiles. It's the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's the
Uh,
closest we've gotten to the Batman laugh from the animated series, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
So we have Flashpoint confirmed, and surprise, we also had Black Adam at the fandom, and it seemed like one of those trailers out of the Injustice trailers, isn't it? Feels like Netherlands
It is.
designed Black Adam trailer.
I mean,
And
we
I
didn't
don't know,
exactly
man.
get to see, The Rock as Black Adam, but then the way they're going to show him or his appearance into the movies or even into the trailer is kind of promising.
it does,
I
it
have a
does. And
question. Is
Yeah.
Black Adam the next villain for Shazam, or is this going to be a solo movie?
no, I don't think he's going to be the next villain for Shazam, but I think he will be introduced at some point in the film.
He is Shazam's main villain in the comics, so
I mean, I
He
think
is,
it's
he
too
is.
early to show him as a villain for Shazam. I mean,
They
is it-
have Shazam 2 has been confirmed at the fandom.
It
And
is, it
Dwayne
is.
Johnson did talk about it a bit. He didn't
Okay.
go too much into the details, but he just said that he might be against Dr. Fate and all these other characters in the DC universe. Yes.
Fate?
Yes, Dr. Fate.
Okay, that I did not know.
basically, in the first movie, he fights a man who makes gas monsters, and then he's gonna fight the basically Doctor Strange of the DC universe. That's not how it all is.
I mean, it sounds plausible, isn't it? That's because
No,
Black Adam is this guy who has been imprisoned for years with all these magical powers. If you
But
look
no.
into the
But that's a bit like having I don't know. It's a bit like having Spider-Man fight like the Green Goblin in the first movie, and then fighting Galactus in the second movie.
It's a possibility.
Really?
Those are just rumors
Yeah.
at this point. We have no idea how the Black Adam movie is going to shape out until they start filming. But it does seem interesting. And of course, we also had the Aquaman panel, which did talk about Patrick Wilson being back as the
Isn't-
Ocean
Yeah.
Master.
Isn't Mira's actress changing? It's Emilia Clarke now, isn't it? Instead
Oh,
of,
it's currently Amber Heard's case is still ongoing, so we have no details about whether she's going to be replaced. We saw her in the Snyder Cut. She was there in the
Right.
Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
have been filmed beforehand, wouldn't it?
I mean, it
Uh,
wouldn't. I guess it wouldn't be, quite a good idea if they change her right now, because since Snyder Cut is going to come right now, I mean,
No,
it's not.
the problem
Yeah.
is there's a lot of evidence to suggest that she has abused Johnny Depp, throwing bottles at him, threatening him, and stuff. So I wouldn't personally feel comfortable about seeing someone like that on screen.
we have no idea with the case yet. But if that is indeed true, and if they really replace her, I don't think it would be much of a difference. It would be just like replacing, let's say, someone like Rachel in the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even though since we're talking about Aquaman, this is what I heard. Apparently,
Ooh, another spoiler.
another spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, audience!
So
Yep.
yeah. So what I heard was that he just got his trident right in the first Aquaman.
Did
Yes.
he? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. In the second part, you can just kiss his ass goodbye. You can kiss Aquaman's ass goodbye. It's trident to be exact.
I
Yes,
don't
it
think
does.
tridents have asses.
Wow,
I mean,
that
Oh,
was
they-
short-lived.
And-
Subtle transitions. Let's talk about another movie called Venom. Yeah.
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-ba-da-bum-bum.
Oh, you mean
Venom.
the one where Tom Hardy stars in, isn't it?
Wait, not Venom. The other one.
Eh,
Morbius. Sorry, Morbius.
I mean, Venom 2 is also coming up. Venom versus Carnage. I mean, I am a biggest fan of Venom. I mean, not just in the MC. I mean, not just talking about the on-screen one. I'm also talking about the comics because the new Venom saga, which is going right now on in the comics. I mean, it's done. It's done actually. But then it is just amazing how Venom evolved from the very first comics to the comics which we have right now, and in showing all that on screen is just like a dream come true for a kid who loves comics. So
Yeah.
and
Yes.
the
I
fact
think
that
he was an interesting character in the animated series.
he is, and the fact that Venom is going to fight against Carnage is even more exciting because
But I have-
Carnage was born from Venom.
That's true, but I have one question. But how was the movie? I haven't seen the movie, by the way. I
Which
heard
one?
mixed reviews.
Which
And the
one?
movie.
Yeah,
I
me,
mean,
me neither. Me neither.
It's a fun film. I wouldn't say it's like
I mean, you guys,
a really good
I mean, you guys are lacking behind from all these stuff. But then, yeah. So Venom is actually a really good movie. Not the fact that they show exactly all Venom's powers and all that, but then his origin story of how he comes to Earth and bonds with Eddie Brock and all that is actually really good startup for a good baseline for the upcoming movies like Venom 2 and all that. But then even though talking about that, I kind of feel Venom's suit. I mean, the when Venom. I mean when
The skin.
Eddie Brock. Yeah, the skin or the symbiote comes on. It kind of looks weird. I mean, you don't see the spider symbol on him yet because he did not bond with Spider-Man yet.
That's one reason I didn't watch it because I don't like the idea of watching a Venom movie without Spider-Man. Because unlike the Joker, Venom isn't that complicated a character, so you can't.
He
make an
isn't,
entire
yeah.
movie.
If they did the
Yeah.
same thing with Bane, I would watch that.
Maybe.
I mean,
Actually.
Bane. You don't have a bigger story arc for Bane, which you have for Venom.
Yeah, but aren't you curious?
No, you
I mean-
do. You have a lot of really good Bane stories where like.
See,
you
the
know,
one which I remember is
Nightfall.
Poison Ivy makes Bane. Or was that from the movies?
that's from Batman and Robin. Terrible movie.
Oh no, I haven't watched the film. No, we are not going to talk about that. No, but I
I
think
mean, that's the only origin I know of Bane because I'm not the
the-
biggest fan of DC.
a really good Bane story would be Nightfall, the comic where Bane actually breaks Batman's back. And I think that has been adapted into The Dark Knight Rises. It was done fine, but the Bane which we really got in Dark Knight Rises is not.
Yeah,
it's
my
not
my
really
only
the Bane
gripe
we
with the Batman fandom is that they didn't really use Bane's potential that much.
got.
I mean,
They
yeah,
did.
They could have done so much more, but his life was short-lived.
Yeah, I think Nolan
Kind of
could have done better.
Yeah.
You know what?
But
as our
On the
story about
bright
that-
side, they made up for it with the Joker.
I mean, yeah.
That was absolutely phenomenal.
For Dark Knight Rises, actually, I saw it with my grandpa. So what he did was that he took me, my sister, and my cousin brother to the movie. Like he wanted to see the movie because he's not exactly what's exactly about the movie, but then he just wanted to see some movie. So he bought tickets for us, and the whole row which we were sitting in, everyone was asleep except me, my sister, and my cousin brother.
Wait, hold on.
Which movie was
How can someone
Knight
sleep through a Dark Knight movie?
That's the
That's
the exact
impossible.
question I had. I mean, that's the exact question I had. I mean, how are these guys? The entire row was sleeping.
Hey,
except
they,
my
they might have been hungover, dude.
I mean, yeah, that could be a point, but then I don't get that. I mean, people do
It's
not give,
impossible to really sleep in a Christopher Nolan film.
My dad-
Exactly.
people do not give credit to that movie. I mean, people are not giving too much of credit of how they made the movie and how it came out to be.
Yes,
Which
I get
movie?
it.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's not as good as The Dark Knight. That's the main problem. I had,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But
People have
it's
too much
still
high expectations.
it's still probably Christopher Nolan's weakest film since The Following.
Yeah.
and maybe even Insomnia as well. But it's still not a bad film by any means.
It's a decent conclusion. There are lots of good scenes, but it's not as good
Yes,
as,
there
as,
are.
as the previous movie, which defined comic books at the time. You know.
Yes,
Hmm,
regardless,
yeah,
the
true.
trilogy is still very close to my heart, and I
Speaking
can't
of
really
that,
talk much.
Our transitions are so organic now, aren't they? They're this amazing transitions.
Yeah, dude.
There's a
Oh,
new
please.
We're professionals at this now.
We have a vampire who's playing Batman now. A vampire, yay!
Yes.
What about what's gonna happen in 2021 with Batman?
Yes.
Well,
I
That's a good
think
question.
I think that was the biggest talking point of DC fandom, isn't it? Matt Reeves comes up in this giant blue screen, and then he talks about how he focused his Batman on being this detective. He wanted to do something different from what no other director has done with Batman thus far. And
Well, it
his
is Batman's early ages, so yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
in
really
year
raised a
two.
few eyebrows here and there.
Year 2, actually. It's Batman year 2.
It's Batman in his year 2, and from what Matt Reeves said, he's taken a few inspiration from the 1960s, 70s noir films, and he's trying to get that. Yes, and yes, it's inspired from the Long Halloween comics as well. There are going to be quite a lot of villains in this film. We've already seen the Riddler in the trailer, probably the Penguin as well.
I think
and-
Joker goons as well. We see some
Well,
Joker
you know what
goons
I'm
are-
happy about?
That's
You know what
that's
I'm
gonna
happy
be
about?
fun, dude.
I mean, the main thing what I'm happy about Batman is that I guess this is the first remake of Batman where he can move his neck in his very first movie.
No, but the thing about the suit is it looks just like the Daredevil suit from the Netflix series.
I mean, yeah, that's-
It looks too similar to
I mean, yeah, some people do say that, but then
Some people are saying that, but I think it's Reeves has just shot 25% of the film. I think once the CGI is done and once the whole film is shot, we would be seeing a second suit, and probably the existing suit will be looking much better
Maybe.
in the end product.
and I hope
There
it-
were similarities
I
to
hope
Daredevil,
it's
though.
continues to
saying-
move.
I'm just
Yes.
saying, a Netflix TV series suit should not look similar to a multi-million-dollar movie suit. It's not. It should not look anywhere similar to like each other at all.
Of course. We just have to wait for the end product. But like Rahul or Pablo said, that Batman couldn't turn his neck. Apparently, Batman also couldn't piss when he was wearing the suit. So
Dude,
there was no
in the
zipper.
first Batman movie,
There was no zip.
There was no zipper.
Okay.
Christian Bale's biggest advice to Ben Affleck was to have a zipper in the Batman suit. And he shared the same advice with Robert Pattinson as well. So
Oh my
yes,
god.
don't be surprised if you see pissing images of Robert Pattinson in the
You know what
trailer
would
at
be
the
much more funny? You know what would be much more funny? Since
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman, all these guys are going to get a zipper, make your head move, and all these other stuff like you should be able to remove your mask at will and not as if it's stuck to your cape.
Dude, in the
And he's gonna come back and think, why didn't I think of this before?
Batman Returns. He literally
But then
rips
since
his
they're going to
mask
go
to his
back
skull.
in time, since they're going to go back in time,
He's
Michael-
rubber.
yeah, I'm sorry, Rosh, what?
Literally in Batman Returns, the second Michael Keaton movie, he rips off the mask from his skull. You can see bits of rubber poking out the side.
I know, right?
He rips off, like,
And if you guys have noticed, there was eye makeup with Robert Pattinson.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Yeah.
the previous Batman films
I
shied
have
away
one-
from the fact.
I have one criticism. No, actually, like you said, Abhinav, in Dark Knight Rises, there's a scene where he gets out of the bat plane and Christian Bale has like phone back hair. He's got like no makeup on his eyes. He looks perfect. I'm like, how does he look so good after taking the mask?
It's wow.
Also,
But it
one-
was well done.
It was well
I have
done. Yeah.
another. His Bruce Wayne looks like the kind of guy who would dress up as a Batman and beat the crap out of people. His Bruce Wayne looks like an emo.
He does. He looks like one of those emo people from Spider-Man 3, or was it Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3?
Maguire, yeah, literally.
Emo Maguire.
He looks like a good Batman, but then maybe not exactly as a Bruce Wayne.
I mean, that's
Yes.
the problem most actors have. They're either a good Batman or a good Bruce Wayne, or never, except for Kevin
Not
Conroy.
the
if
case
he
for
had
Christian
both.
Bale. Not the case for Christian Bale.
No, his Batman, in my opinion, was a bit mess. Bruce Wayne was amazing.
I personally like both Batman and Bruce Wayne, so we all can have opinions.
He sounds like a guy with throat cancer.
We're no longer having that voice, or at least Ben Affleck had this mechanical
Voice
voice
robotic voice.
modulation thing.
No, he had
He sound
auto-tune. He had
Yeah,
auto-tune.
yeah. Ben Affleck had auto-tune.
I have no idea what Hans Zimmer was. I have no idea what Hans Zimmer was thinking with that auto-tune voice.
No,
I would rather
actually, they
listen
did-
to Christian Bale.
They did the synthetic voicing better in the Telltale games. Because in the Telltale games, Batman's still like young, but he has this voice modulator thing in his mask to make his voice
yeah.
sound super when he's interrogating criminals. That was done a lot better because his voice sounds more organic.
Yes,
Yeah.
completely.
Like with interrogation mode, like the one which Spider-Man had.
Like Spider-Man. Why do you sound like that? Turn off interrogation mode.
But lots of excitement for the Batman film, and it's a bit. I'm a bit curious as to how DC handles this with Ben Affleck returning, and then now we have Robert Pattinson
I'm just
Batman.
gonna keep making Daredevil comparisons. I'm a Daredevil
Ah,
fan.
no way. Oh, we gotta wait for the end product for that. But I think they're gonna do it kind of similar to the comics, where on one comic we have a Batman who is completely, in Gotham City, investigating crimes, brooding in that city. But then on the other hand, we have another comic where Batman is with the Justice League and he fights all these parademons and Darkseid, perhaps. So
That is
I'm really curious as to what they do with that. And yes, with Batman being aside, I think we have one more thing from the DC fandom, and that is the Suicide Squad movie. Directed by James Gunn, and he's the same director who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. And if you guys have seen the trailer, very odd, isn't it? The set of characters.
It was quite odd and intriguing at the same time.
It
with the
was.
dude
and-
Captain America.
I couldn't. Oh yeah. Speaking of Captain America, also known as Peacemaker, I couldn't spot Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad trailer. Did anyone of you see him?
I did.
Did you
Isn't
though?
it?
Did you
I
though?
haven't
Yeah.
So
Wait,
I heard John Cena was Peacemaker, but I couldn't see him in the trailer.
he's right over there at the bit. You have to see. You gotta put your glasses on to see him.
Oh, I can't see him, dude. I can't see him.
Rahul saw a man holding a tray. He thought that was like that looked like Captain America, so that must have been Peacemaker. So he's like, that guy's Peacemaker. Like he's some guy in a can, like cafeteria, just holding up the tray. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes
But
absolute sense.
if you look at the returning characters, we have Margot Robbie returning as Harley Quinn, which should be no surprise because she has been.
Wait,
made
it wouldn't
dead.
be a Suicide Squad without Harley Quinn and all that. It wouldn't be a Suicide Squad without the.
Yeah, I don't see
And-
anyone else pulling off Harley Quinn better than
Isn't-
Margot
isn't
Robbie.
Idris Elba
That's
playing
true.
Deadshot now. Idris Elba.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's not playing Deadshot. He's not really playing Deadshot. He's playing another dude called Bloodsport. I have no idea what his character has in store for us, but
He's
I
kind
think
of
the
like
initial plan.
He's kind of like Deadshot. I mean, all his abilities are kind of like Deadshot, but then an older version of him, you could say.
Wasn't Bloodsport a guy Vin Diesel played? in
No.
the-
Bloodsport was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Mm,
It was about mixed martial arts. It's a very, very old movie. You remember?
Wait, how many? There's a lot of moves with blood and the word spud. So spud.
yeah, but it's confirmed that Elba is not playing Deadshot. The plans were initially to cast him as Deadshot, but I don't think it worked out somehow. But he's a new character, and we have Viola Davis returning as Amanda Waller.
Oh,
Then we have Rick Flag returning. We also have Jay Courtney returning as Captain Boomerang. So a few returning characters which seem like they try to maintain this continuity, but it's going to be a new Suicide Squad universe as a whole. But we do have
Okay.
some interesting characters such as Polka Dot Man. Do you
What?
guys know what
Polka
Polka Dot Man does?
Polka Dot Man.
Oh god.
Polka
Oh,
Dot
no.
Man. Polka Dot
No.
Man. What does he do?
does he poke you?
No, he
I have no.
his suit is covered with polka dots and he throws it at people, and then each polka dot has a different thing. I guess teleportation or something.
Wasn't there a Spider-Man villain
so-
who's just like Nicholas Scott?
In
There's a Spider-Man
theory,
villain-
in theory, Polka Dot Man has a suit filled with power-ups from
Polka dots.
Mario Kart, and he throws them at you.
In a
We
nutshell.
have no idea. James Gunn has chosen the weirdest of characters. I think it's a good thing. We don't really have to think about how they were in the comics. We also have someone named Ratcatcher and King Shark. I think we all know King Shark. from Suicide
Ratcatcher.
Squad. Ratcatcher and King Shark. King Shark is a shark, by the way.
King Shark is a
Yeah, yeah.
shark.
No shit.
That's how.
No shit.
Isn't
He's
that
a
what he
shark.
said? Justice League Dark or whatever that was called.
Sean Gunn is going to play Weasel. It's a little weasel, the animal. And there is going to be someone named the Thinker.
Is it just
And,
me or does this seem vaguely familiar?
Yeah, let's see. There's a furry creature. There's a giant inanimate object.
You know,
there's a
I
famous-
I have a hint of something to do with space and something to do with saving it.
Star Trek. Star Trek.
It goes by the name of Guardians of the Galaxy. You know?
Of course. You have the widest range of the characters whom you can't even recognize. And I think James Gunn was the right guy to get a Suicide Squad reboot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, dude. It's gonna be epic.
And what, judging by
The
what
main villain is the belly dancing witch. I think I'm fine.
Oh yes, we're not gonna have Enchantress belly dancing when she's gonna destroy the world.
I went on a trip,
Yeah, dude, get your
When-
priorities straight, man.
like, I went on a school trip, and the only scene of Suicide Squad I'd watched at that point was my friend showing that 5-second clip of and the Enchantress belly dancing at the end. I was like, this is what DC's doing now.
Wow. Remember when the Suicide Squad trailer, the original trailer, had the Queen's music and people were so hyped to watch it? Now it's just
The
a
only
joke.
reason why it did well is because Queen was in it. That's the only reason why.
Exactly. And now I'm excited for James Gunn. Apparently, James Gunn says that this movie is going to be a mix between a 1970s war film, but at the same time, it's going to be having all these James Gunn characters with their comedy and quips.
Yeah.
Really excited for
So
it.
by
though.
1974 film, you mean the character will get shot 50 times and they'll be like, come on, do it, come on. We have to...
You could expect some deaths with all these
He didn't
characters.
mention that. He didn't mention that. Do not get too attached to all these characters.
Exactly, because we can expect quite a lot of deaths.
I love how he's given a forewarning. You know.
It's not a spoiler, by the way, or it could be. No, it's not. It's not really a spoiler.
No, this
James Gunn
does
really
not
said that.
classify as a spoiler.
Look,
You know,
Yeah.
but you know what
we-
else is
we
a
know the
spoiler?
White people won't die.
Do you know what else is a
People won't
spoiler?
die.
What else is a spoiler?
It's a spoiler that we're gonna have to wrap up this episode now.
Oh yes, of course.
I hope you
It was
guys
something
had
eventually.
fun listening to us.
We
It
have
was a
covered
good
the
talk.
whole of fandom.
Hello, is anyone there? Can you guys hear us, or did everyone leave?
If you guys are still listening, like always, you are amazing. You are great. If you guys have any suggestions or if you want to be featured in our podcasts, please contact us on our social media handles, on our Twitter, Instagram. We've left links there. You can hit us up. The podcast is also on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll really help us out. And stay cool and stay awesome.
Bye bye.